Hey everybody, it's your boy Surge Dragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. Once again, give a shout out to our brother, Mike Henry, and his loss for his aunt. Gotta give that. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. So today we're doing a speed run between November 10th and of Impact Wrestling and November 14th, Turning Point, the pay-per-view for that show following after. With me today is Andre Mitchell.
Yo.
And Chris Petrie.
Too sweet.
So let's get it going. All right. So in this show, we would start the It would be Rohit Raju who starts the show by putting his X Division Championship up against TJP tonight. If TJP loses, he can never challenge for the X Division Championship as long as Rohit holds it. So it mentions that. The first match of the night, on the other hand, is Tennille Dashwood, accompanied by Caleb with a K, and Madison Rain from I think it's her a 6-time Knockouts champion and host of the Locker Room Talk. That's how they teamed up. And they go up against Jessica Havoc and Nevaeh, formerly known as Monsters of Mayhem or Madness from Women of Wrestling. Wow. So this match would pretty much be in the favor of the fact that Tennille Dashwood was not team player and left her hanging. So the win goes to Havoc and Nevaeh. They move on into the tournament for the new Knockouts Tag Team titles. Your thoughts, Chris?
Monster of Mayhem had be a veteran at Madison Wayne, but Tennille Dashwood was a team player. She wanted to take her body and her looks.
How about you, Andre?
It's all right so far.
Next, backstage, we got Jim Miller, the Good Brothers, were amped up against their opponent against the North at Turning Point this Saturday, which we will cover. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows look to capture it was just the interview, I guess. And the big LG, Luke Gallows, or Doc Gallows, knocks out. Oh, it says last week he knocked him out with a kick to the face. Okay, skip to the next one. We got the investigation for Johnny Bravo's murder still in effect by Tommy Dreamer, who sat down with Larry D for a lie detector's test, and it came out positive. Or should I say negative? Negative meaning there was no problems. Larry passed. Cody Deaner was next, and Dreamer brought up the fact that Deaner had said that he wanted to kill Johnny Bravo last month. Was it Cody Deaner? We cut away to next match before the results were revealed. He says, "Why, Cody? Why? Maybe Bravo stole some of his beer?" And apparently, next was the match for the X Division Championship, Rahit Raju versus TJP. In which case, blah, 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 blah. Trying to see because I know who won. Rahit brought the Impact Wrestling Championship with him, and with the ref took away, Rahit hit him with a low blow, ultimately dropping him with the knee and retaining his championship. Dang it, Rahit. So, we have TJP no longer in the X Division title picture because of that little dirty-handed tactic. So what's your thoughts on that, Chris?
Disappointing. TJP will never get shot for that coward. Rahit was sure for the X Division champion. That is messed up.
You, Andre, how do you feel knowing that Rahit Raju had to use dirty-handed tactics to win and retain his championship?
He needed a butt kick for all of that. That wasn't right. He needed a butt whooping.
Next in the investigation, Hernandez passed the lie detector test and confronted Falaba regarding his money. Of course, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steele came to his defense, but when Ba wasn't looking, they stole the cash. So, they got the money. Them girls. Woo! Replaced it with a wad of tape for the wrists. Will anyone spend the money? Someone says here in the comments. Next, we got the Rascals. Notice they had been evicted from the treehouse. Because of that, they have to leave Impact. Wait, what? Are they Rascals really leaving Impact Wrestling? We certainly hope not, but we confirmed, yes, they're leaving Impact as of next week. That sucks. How do you feel about that, Chris, knowing that the 2-year contract had come up and now that the Rascals are going to be leaving Impact?
I didn't want the Rascals to leave. That thing, call it their friends still with which one. No wonder they have a lot of a losing streak. I didn't know what was going on. Why they keep losing? Why they? It's sad.
One. Continue.
Like I said, it's sad. The Rascals leaving Impact. That means they will be going to like Major League Wrestling or New Japan or Ring of Honor or somewhere.
We gotta wait and see where that goes. The next match would be AC Romero with Larry D from Triple XL versus Chris Sabin from the Motor Machine Guns in a one-on-one match. I'm trying to see who won that match. There we go. Chris Sabin defeated AC Romero by pinfall. And I'm trying to see if he got jumped. After the match, yep, they tacked him from behind. Dang, man. Can't get a break. Next is Sami Callihan met former Impact Wrestling X Division champion Chris Bay backstage. And they both got world title aspirations. How you pronounce it. However, before Callihan wanted Bay's help in getting rid of Eddie Edwards. Next, we got Tommy Dreamer was backstage again trying to find the person who shot Johnny Bravo weeks ago. James Mitchell said that it would make perfect sense if it was him. After all, the sinister minister relationship with Rosemary is shaky at best. However, guns are inelegant and just not his style. He doesn't shoot Bravo He didn't shoot Bravo, but he may know who did. So the next thing is Chris Bay versus Eddie Edwards. And I think I know who won that match. Yep, the results say it was Eddie Edwards. And of course, after the match, it was short but really fun match. This is somebody's opinion. Bay brought out a chair, but it was just a distraction. Sami Callihan interrupted, cutting off the lights. When they came back, it was in the ring with the bat. Eddie was taken down, and when the Impact World Championship rushed into the ring, he was taken down by Ken Shamrock. Callihan set Rick Swann up for a same fate that he nearly ended Eddie Edwards' career. A chair standing over his head and a bat in the draw's hand. However, before Callihan could go through with it, the Rascals rushed to the ring, forcing Bay, Callihan, and Shamrock to leave. Woo! Damn, that's a lot. That went down, huh, Chris? So what's next? Tennille Dashwood met with Jordynne Grace backstage and told Caleb with a K to ask her to be Dashwood's partner. Grace said if she wanted to ask, she needed to ask herself. Though she did, Grace didn't trust her yet. The former Impact Wrestling Defense Champion said she'd give Dashwood a chance to prove herself at Turning Point. Hopefully she does before the next tournament. Yep, they're going to have a match at Turning Point in a tag team match. Okay, next thing is Impact Wrestling Champion Rick Swann met the Rascals backstage to thank them for saving him. Since the Rascals are leaving next week, Swann decided to put together a special tag match. Swann and Trey Miguel versus Demez. How you pronounce that? Demez, Xavier, and Zach Wentz. Basically, Dez and Wentz versus Trey and Swann. This would be a match between friends in which they knew all each other's moves and would definitely put up a hell of a show. So that would be set up for the week after Turning Point. Yep. Next week. Next, we have a meeting, an interview with Deonna Purrazzo, the Knockouts champion, alongside Kimberly. It was regarding the Impact Knockouts Championship title match at Turning Point. She said that though it's a no DQ match, she'll have Kimber in her corner. That was until the crown jewel of Impact ringing disappeared. And a window near Purrazzo, I think you're alone now. Written in lipstick by Su Yung, most likely. Yep. Kimberly was tossed into a window at Purrazzo's got near. Looks like she'd be herself at Turning Point. Yeah, buddy. What do you think about that, Chris?
Yeah. Purrazzo in trouble. She had to fight Su Yung alone, and for the knockout championship, Su Yung is going to defeat Purrazzo and defend her championship at Turning Point.
We next have a match at Rito Scum versus Falaba and Crazy Steve on Impact. In which case, the winner of that match would be Rito Scum defeating Falaba and Crazy Steve. Chris Sabin was looking to find someone to watch his back against Triple XL. He even offered to buy his mysterious man a beer. Turned out to be the only Motor Machine Gun's greatest rival, James Storm. He accepted the offer and said that when it comes to the Triple XL, he said, sorry about your damn luck. Woohoo! How you feel about that, Chris?
TNA original reunion.
Yeah, buddy. Let's see. What's this? Oh, it's midnight. Okay. Turn off the alarm. Next we have a doctor was checking on Willie Mack, who had been attacked twice, 2 straight weeks by Mr. Impact Wrestling himself, Moose. Mack fought a third attack after learning he had bruises, alerts. Mostly because of the choking done by Moose. Mack actually fought back, and I remember this. He actually choked out Moose, but wouldn't let him go. So Mack will take on the self-proclaimed TNA World Champion at Turning Point. Next, we have Josh Alexander with Ethan Page versus Carl Anderson with Doc Gallows in a one-on-one match. In this match, it would be, like I said, we're doing a speed run. It would end in a no contest due to the fact that each of these guys would be fighting tooth and nail. As Alexander shook off the gun stun, Ethan Page rushed the ring. Doc Gallows ran into the protect his partner, ending the match in a no contest, meaning there was no winner, and the match of the night would end on that note. Any other statement on that, Chris?
No, that's not a statement on that.
How about you, Andre?
Oh, no comment. I'm good.
All right, we'll be right back for Turning Point. All right, we're back. Before we get to this, a shout out to our fellow brethren of the Heavens Monsters podcast. A shout out to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below. Yeah. And a million shout out to Chris Petrie, T Money, as well as Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. We're going to cover review Turning Point for Impact Wrestling. Starting off the night, we have a one-on-one match with Eddie Edwards going against Daivari. In which case, Eddie Edwards wins that match, continuously having Daivari lose despite returning to Impact. Your thoughts, Chris?
Daivari, former exhibition champion in the days. And now he lost to a former exhibition champion, tag team champion, and world champion, Eddie Edwards, build up his momentum.
You, Andre?
It was all right so far.
Next, we have Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary going up against Jordan Grace and Tennille Dashwood. With Tennille Dashwood leaving Jordan Grace high and dry once again, it would be Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary looking good for the tournament. Next, we have Brian Myers versus Swoggle. This match would be made due to the fact that he insulted Swoggle for his book and his height, and Swoggle's ultimately wants to redeem himself. Sadly, it doesn't go too well, with Brian actually winning the match and moving forward. That sucks. Nothing to comment on that. Here we go. This one I know you want to comment, Chris. We have James Storms and Chris Sabin going up against Triple XL, AC Romero and Larry D. Ultimately, in this tag team, it would be Cowboy that would put Larry D away for the win, and we would hear "Sorry about your damn luck," hearing that iconic music from back in the day. How you feel about that, Chris?
Awesome. Beer Gun. Yeah, they should name themselves Beer Gun.
Beer gun. I was looking for beer money. He didn't say money. He said gun. That beer gun. That sounds like a water gun filled with beer. Shit. How about you, Andre?
That was pretty good. Pretty good.
Next, we have Rahit Challenge X Division Championship with Rahit going up against Cousin Jake from the Deaners. In which case, Rahit beats him again. Rahit would escape with his X Division Championship intact. Nothing to comment on that. Next, let's see. It would be TNA World Champion Willie Mack going up against Moose. And if I remember correctly, Willie Mack won the Nope. It would be Moose who won the match due to the fact that he won fairly, but then would continuously beat down on Willie Mack, ultimately having the referee reverse his decision, and thus the win goes to Willie Mack. And the Moose didn't even care. He just took his championship and walked away, not caring the fact that he lost. He had the match won, and he had the match referee reverse his decision. How you feel about that, Chris?
I have no comment with that coward. Dude, saying that false TNA championship with Willie Mack won by the referee reversed this decision. So the Willie Mack go after the championship, that false title again.
How about you, Andre?
All right, so far.
Next, we have the World Tag Team Champions, Good Brothers, versus the North. In which case, the North fight viciously against the Good Brothers to retain their championships, but ultimately, it would be the Good Brothers that wound up on top. Let me see how it ends. Let's see. The Northern Assault Machine Gun Carl Anderson would manage to make that save before it was applied to Luke Gallows, then delivering the stun gun to Alexander, quickly followed by the Magic Killer to Ethan Page. 1, 2, 3 later, the new X Division champions finally gaining the gold that they wanted, the Good Brothers. And I'll say this to you, Chris, too sweet.
Yeah.
Get your 2 cents on that, bro.
The Good Brothers that beat the North, and now they are new Impact Tag Team Champions, winning those titles for the first time in Impact history. That is sweet.
How you feel about that, Andre? How you feel about the Good Brothers finally becoming X Division champions? Tag team champions in Impact Wrestling. Wow.
Oh, that's good for him. Good job.
Next is the Knockouts Championship. Deonna Purrazzo facing off against Su Yung. Ultimately, this was down the line hardcore. These two women would lay it all in the ring, hitting each other with everything and everything they had. They had street signs. They had chairs. They had the nasty ass glove. They had, oh my God, they had a rope. She used a damn rope to choke her. Woo-hoo-hoo. Su Yung, she crazy. Oh my God. But ultimately, and I will give her props where it's deserved, like her or not, Deonna Purrazzo putting in that gruesome 2-arm over the back and twisting it to the point where the arms ain't supposed to bend that way. Deonna Purrazzo has Su Yung ultimately submitting, and she becomes a 2-time Knockouts champion. How do you feel about that, Chris?
Deonna Purrazzo prevailed and now she's a 2-time champion. Who is that? Su Yung, she's not ready to give up. She will get her championship back one way or another.
How about you, Andre? How you feel about Deonna Purrazzo getting the one-up on Su Yung and becoming a 2-time Knockouts champion?
She did an okay job.
Mm-hmm. Next is the main event for the Impact World Championship between Rick Swann and an old friend, Sami Callihan. I'm going to take you back, guys. I'm going to take you back when these two actually laid it out in a hardcore looking match for the X Division Championship. You remember that, Chris?
Yeah.
Where was that? What pay-per-view was that?
I think 2020 or Bound for Glory or Victory Road or the last Turning Point.
You mean 2019?
No, 19 or 18. One of them.
Yeah, these two guys tore it up, and now we have them going up against each other once again in a standard match, mind you, a standard disqualification, rope break, count out, one false match in the ring, pinfall or submission. This was downright. Whew, these guys. Oh man. I'm kind of sad that the match they had for the X Division Championship surpasses what they did at Turning Point for the Impact World Championship. I'll say that much. But the hardship that they put definitely was worth it. And Rick Swann, let me put it here. Let's see what they said. Callahan attempted his spike pile driver, but Rick breaks free and delivers several hard kicks, which finishes Callahan off, and Swann retains his championship. That's another thing. I want to point out that Rick Swann has a new finishing kick maneuver that honestly, I think it's similar to the method of Bruce Lee and his point blank fist punch. Instead, it's rounding up the kick like this, and then bam! Like a spring kick. That's what it is, a spring kick. Spring-loaded kick, and he shoots it up the side of the head of his opponent that's laying there, and he finishes with that maneuver. Very unique and very simple, but effective. That's how he retained his championship, and the fact that he has to, if I remember correctly, yep, Callahan, it doesn't say here anything about Ken Shamrock attacking him, but we know for a fact that now that Sami Callihan has failed, his buddy Ken Shamrock is going to want a shot. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
Which one beat Sami Callihan? And you sure the championship stay with Rick Swann? Yeah, but that would be a good match. Ken Shamrock versus Rick Swann for the championship in the first time.
How about you, Andre?
All right, so far.
You enjoyed the fact that Rick Swann retained his championship against Sami Callihan?
That's good right there. That's good right there.
All right. Was there anything else, Chris?
That's it.
All right, let's end this. You like this video? Give it a thumbs up. You didn't? Give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, and make sure to hit that notification bell for the next review video. As well as I'm here again with Andre Mitchell.
Yo.
And Chris Petrie.
Too sweet.
And Chris, once again, lead us out and tell them what's up.
That's about all. Yeah, Telemonster Podcast says so, and we see you tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, or
I gotta see if we got SmackDown first or Monday Night Raw from 2 weeks ago. Whatever the case is, we're gonna cover it and we're gonna do speed runs on it. Yeah. All right. Good night, bros. See you tomorrow.